Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Leon Thomas, and right now you're rocking with the Biz with D.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to My Fair Swings Radio on the Biz with D with your rockstar on the mic. I like how I just switched it up, and we got Leon Thomas on with us, actor, now singer, really doing this thing now. You might know who he is from Victorious, and he's on with us. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm chilling. I actually just finished my my mixtape V1bes last night. So it was a late night. We had a lot of mixing to do, but I'm excited about it. You know, just getting those finishing touches on it, and changing things and switching up the format was just really great. So I'm excited for people to hear this project.
For sure. You said the name of the mixtape is V1bes?
V1bes, yeah.
So tell me about the concept behind this mixtape.
Well, it all kind of started in my bedroom. Every morning I would wake up and I would put on some of my favorite beats off of YouTube, and I would just kind of vibe out to it, sing lines, and sooner or later those lines turned into songs, and I was like, well, I should really get this whole thing recorded, lay it down, and just see what happens, see if we can turn it into a project. And I did that these last 4 days. I finally got a chance to just record everything and, really get all of my emotions off of my chest and just express myself. And I feel like this tape is a true expression of just who I am as a musician, and it shows a lot of my influences and things that I was inspired by, living in Brooklyn and just doing my thing.
Definitely. So now, let me ask you about living in Brooklyn, because I have friends that live in Brooklyn or from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York, because,
yeah.
I love it. I love Brooklyn. I'm surprised my accent, because I actually is peeking out, and it's not supposed to be today. I tried to turn it down, but I'm not even from New York at all. It just likes to creep out. But anyway, for you, how was it just growing up in New York?
Well, New York is such a vibrant city. It's a true melting pot. And, growing up, I've had to, encounter just a lot of different types of people. And I think that's really helped me, through all of my experiences. I can go to any country, deal with any culture, and just know that, where I'm from is a special place. New York has birthed some of the illest entertainers. And I know at this point, I would love to be amongst those names, and I'm just really working hard to just rep my city the best that I can, man. Brooklyn is a very special place. The train system and just the culture is a lot to sing about.
Definitely, that's so true. And now, if you had to pick like one artist from Brooklyn that you would do like a collaboration with, who would that be? I'm just curious to know.
From Brooklyn? Well, younger artist, somebody who's kind of in my league right now, I would definitely have to say Joey Badass is one of my favorites. Other than him, I would have to say Jay-Z would be like phenomenal. I would love to make a beat and sing a hook and have him just go on that.
Definitely. Now, what kind of track would you do with Jay-Z or Joey Badass?
It would have to be something really dope and maybe breakbeat driven, something really hard, but just with my melodic sense over it. It would just be dope. Be really dope.
For sure. So now, I know that you played the guitar.
Yeah.
Now, what age were you when you learned how to play that? And is that the only instrument you know how to play, or do you play more?
Nah, I actually play 5 instruments.
Wow.
I actually, when I was 3 years old, I picked up the drums. I picked up the drums, and then after that, I did a piano. I started playing piano and just trying to get that together. And then I picked up guitar for a movie I did called August Rush. They told me 2 weeks before my audition that, they wanted somebody who could play guitar. And my mom was like, oh, well, he can play. He'll figure it out. And she gave me a guitar, and weirdly enough, I actually just figured out how to play it in 2 weeks and auditioned and got the part. And ever since that day, I've been using it as an amazing writing tool for me and just a means to express myself. And then after that, I play bass and saxophone as well.
Wow. And I mean, what age were you when you started learning all these instruments? Because you're the same age as me, so I got to know, like, where in the world did you get time to do it all?
Well, my parents are musicians, so I've like grown up in rehearsal studios and, you know, backstage at concerts and stuff like that. So, I mean, I was always around instruments, and all of the musicians would always say, you know, hey, come check this out. Let me show you a little something. And, you know, just from being around all those guys and having them as my uncles and just having them help me out early on in my life, I was just able to pick up a lot very early. But I'm by no means a master yet at all of them. I would love to be there, but, you know, it's going to take time, you know.
Oh, yeah.
By the time I'm 27, I can call myself a master at something.
Definitely. So now with playing instruments, does that also help you a lot when it goes to, you know, into producing records for other artists or yourself? How does that help you and benefit you, basically?
Well, it benefits me greatly. I mean, in a lot of different ways. I mean, when I'm even speaking to musicians who are playing on some of my records, I can tell them, no, I want this chord, not that chord. Try this, you know. I mean, it's like I just come from a more educated place. Being able to play also gives me the power to just kind of sit in the room or sit in the studio with an engineer and make a full song all by myself, which is dope. But, you know, I really got to give a lot of props to my production partner, Chris Tynes. You know, we usually come together, and he'll help me with, you know, just giving me drums, and then I'll do, like, a lot of melodic stuff on top of it.
Definitely. So now, tell me about collaborating with Wiz Khalifa on the Hello, How Are You single. Real smooth, I got to say. It wasn't my first time hearing it, but I had to refamiliarize myself, and it sounded like it was brand new to me. Then I was like, yo, this is hot. Tell me, no doubt. Tell me about how the collaboration came about, and where'd you get the concept for this track?
Well, here's the deal. First off, I'm a huge fan of Wiz Khalifa, so, you know, I've been following him since the early days, and, you know, just watching him grow into the superstar that he's become. You know, I had this track that me and my production partner had made, and I said, you know, the best person, I think, to just give it that urban edge that I was really looking for, just to kind of balance everything out, would be Wiz Khalifa. You know, I mean, at the time, he had the Adam Levine record out, and that was really doing well, and I was just saying, you know, I just really think that, you know, we should collaborate on something. So my manager contacted his manager, Benji Grinberg, and Benji came by the studio and heard some of my music and really fell in love with my style of production and even just some of my vision, just as a lyricist and a songwriter, and was like, well, we should sign him, and got Wiz involved, and Wiz did the feature, and now I'm officially a Rostrum artist, and I'm also working under Columbia as well, Columbia Records. So, you know, we're really looking forward to putting out an album soon. But before we did that, I wanted to get this mixtape cooking.
Right. And it's a good thing that you're coming out with a mixtape first, because a lot of artists and people just don't understand coming out, even if they were on a Nickelodeon show. Some people don't understand that you need to do it as if you're just coming straight out the gate.
Yeah. That's really what it's about. I mean, a lot of my audience, they've grown up with me. I mean, they started maybe freshman year of high school or middle school, and now a lot of those little girls and you know, people are now into high school and college, and they're a little bit more mature. They can handle, you know, just a really dope content from me, and I'm really excited about that, and I know they're really going to receive some of my new material very well.
For sure. So now, you've been working with Ariana Grande, who, you know, you've been on the show with, Victoria's with, her album being a #1 hit, yours truly. I mean, how was it just working with her on her album, and then to find out that album's #1, and it's selling like crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal, man. I had no idea we were going to work on this album together. Like, I thought, I mean, you always know when you work with somebody and you create a relationship like that, that of course you're going to be friends for a very long time. But when it comes to, you know, really trusting a friend with, you know, your musical vision and your creative outlook on life, I mean, you just never know if that's going to happen. And for her to come to, you know, the camp that I've been working with, which is Babyface and Tony Dixon and of course my production partner, Chris Riddick Tynes, to do just about half of her album was just a blessing, man. Because I know how talented she is, and I've heard her voice grow from even the first time that I've met her to now. So I know exactly what I'm dealing with, and I've been telling people from the beginning that she's a complete superstar, and I'm very passionate about it. And I know that, you know, it's all the music that we made is just, it's been beautiful, man. It's just been a way for me to stay creative and keep funneling some of my creative energy into a positive place. And, yeah, I'm just glad that now it's definitely giving me the opportunity to do exactly what I want to do musically as well.
For sure. That's definitely what's up. And great to hear, because you never know when, you know, you work with somebody, or you never even know that you're going to work with them on their album. To hear, you know, great impact and just a response to it is, you know, it's phenomenal, because she's great. And I know that she gets a lot of, you know, comparisons to Mariah Carey with her tone. Would you yourself agree with that?
I feel like they both have similar qualities, but I think her voice definitely is its own thing. She has a tone when she goes into her chest voice, which is when she's kind of singing a little bit more full rather than the falsetto stuff. She has a tone that definitely does something very different than what Mariah does. And I mean, for her to be even compared to Mariah is just an amazing comparison, and you know, I just think that she's definitely in the future you're gonna see her grow and even depart from a lot of those things, if that makes any sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So now I wanted to ask you, because I know with like your career, it really started with Broadway. How was that for you, like at the start of your career, getting into like Broadway? Because that's a fun thing and a huge deal.
Yeah, I was just a kid, man. What's crazy about it is that I auditioned for it with the thought of one of my buddies from back home. I mean, he used to do a lot of theater, but it was like regional stuff, and I just wanted to be like him as a kid. Like, I was like, well, that looked like fun. So Broadway to me was just a playground, just a place for me to, you know, go up and do my thing and dance and sing and just kind of show off a little bit at a young age. And I would definitely love to go back at some point. It taught me a lot.
Yeah, and I've heard that from a lot of my friends that have done like Broadway first, and then they decide, okay, let me dabble into music, because it really helps you, especially with the live performance aspect of it, to really be able to, you know, act, sing, dance, and really be able to hold your own with it. Because some people just jump straight out the gate but can't hold their own with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. I just feel like singing a song live is it's such a hard thing to do. I mean, you really have to connect emotionally, and that's what Broadway teaches you, is just how to find that place and really just express yourself and create that emotion so that it can hit the people all the way in the back of the theater. And I mean, that's something that really, you know, has just built me up to do for a lot of my live shows now. You know, it's just really great. I'm excited to hit the stage again, actually, with this new tape.
Right. So I know that you even had like the opportunity of like opening for Big Time Rush and Cody Simpson. What was that like? Cause they, like yourself and just like being on the show Victorious, had that big fan base. What was that like for you to get on, a tour and to just perform with them?
Well, to be honest with you, man, it was really it was really fun. I mean, to be out there and to be performing for 20,000 people, stadiums and stuff like that was just crazy. I mean, it was something that I had never really been, exposed to as a performer before. So it was a whole nother level of just excitement for me every time I hit the stage, and of course learning from them and like talking to a lot of the big time Rush guys, and just really getting that perspective on what the music industry is, and of course chilling with Cody, man. I'm a big fan of what he's been able to accomplish. So it was just a good time. It was chill.
For sure. So now let's talk about the fact that you worked on the Tony Braxton and Babyface project. What was that like? Because they are legends in themselves. Like for you to be 20 years old and to have that under your belt. Round of applause. I mean, seriously.
All I can say is God is good, man. I mean, he's always provided for me, and at this point, that was a true surprise. Like, I had no idea I would be able to, create something for and with, such legends. But I mean, it was just a lot of learning for me. I was just learning from them. I was watching, and Kenny's like one of my greatest mentors right now. He's really just been involved in just, helping shape who I am as an artist and as a person. And I just know that all of his ideas and the help that he's been able to, pass down to me is going to be some gems that I'm going to hold on to for the rest of my life. So I mean, being able to work on that project was a true blessing, man. I'm just thankful. That's all I can say.
Definitely. And he's like mentoring you with your album, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So now, like, what kind of advice has he been giving you, like, so far as the stuff for, like, your album, maybe even, like, your mixtape? What kind of advice has he, like, giving you so far with it?
Well, yeah, he hasn't really been involved with my mixtape much, but for my album, I can say that he's definitely just, left me with the idea that, he really believes in who I am as a writer and who I am as a vocalist, and he really likes to talk about my musicianship, and it's just something that I should always showcase. So, I mean, this album has a definite live vibe to it, which is really cool. So I'm just excited for people to hear some of these records, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting to just knock everything out, and to finally let go of some of these songs. But I'm just excited for people to hear it. I mean, he's a great mentor.
Definitely. So now, do you have a name for the album yet, or just still deciding?
I have a working title, but I don't want to say it yet because it's just one of those things. But I just I have an idea of what I want it to be, but I'll let it out soon enough.
What are those big 2014 things that you'll just announce?
What's up?
I said one of those big 2014 announcements that you'll just have to make at the right time.
Exactly. Right at the right time. I'm just, at this point, really excited about my mixtape, Vibes, and I'm even more excited about this album. I know that people will definitely view me different after they listen to some of my music. They'll get a better understanding of who I am exactly as a person and just what I'm into.
Definitely. So now, how would you say? Because I want to dive a little bit deep with it without giving us too much about the album and the mixtape. How would you say they both projects differ and how they are kind of similar in a sense?
Well, I'll tell you how they differ first. Vibes is more of a representation of what I love to listen to and what I love to ride to, what I love to just live my life by. Because I think that's what this mixtape will be for people. It'll be something that they can do homework with, they can ride around in the car with, they can share with their friends, they can cry to, they can smile to. I mean, it's just, it's one of those tastes that I think people can really just relate to and live their life with. I call it soundtrack music. But my album will be more of a emotional connection and just a true vision into who I am as a person, what I'm thinking, what I've been feeling these last couple of years, what's been going on, you know, my love life, things like that. So they're two different emotional spaces, but I think that they both have, you know, the same kind of thing going on musically. They're both very musical. So I'm just excited for people to hear some of that and for some of the older heads to check out some of the stuff I've been listening to.
Right. That's going to be definitely dope because you want to have something that's real laid back and something that everybody can feel and ride out to, and it be real positive. Cause I mean, music on the radio is good to ride out to, but some of it is a little out of control. But like, I can't ride out to 2 Chainz every hour. Or have me speeding down the expressway.
Yeah, same 5 songs all day. But you know, it's good stuff. I think music for the radio and music for the masses is extremely important, and it's something that I think I'll continue to make. But I mean, this mixtape is definitely just a true look into what I've been listening to and into what a lot of my personal taste is, if that makes any sense.
Definitely. So now, do you who do you have collaborations with on both projects?
Well, right now we really haven't gotten into the feature aspect yet. It's been more so just me in a big room, just kind of doing my thing. Me and my engineer Phil, we'll just be in there, you know, recording all day and just making things work. But you know, I mean, my label president Benji Grinberg has mentioned a couple really awesome names for some features, and you know, we have some really cool things in the works. So, you know, I'm just working hard to just make everything happen.
For sure. Now, who do you want to get on this album in mixtape that has not already been like set in stone already?
Well, I mean, there's like a bunch of different people right now. You know, I'm into this dude Dom Kennedy. He's out here on the West Coast. He's a really dope rapper. I like his stuff a lot. I also really love Chance the Rapper. That would be dope to get something.
Oh, yeah.
With him. And then for my album, I would love to have Andre 3000 do a verse. That would be like life. And then Frank Ocean would be really cool to work with on one of these records as well. I would love to feature him as a rapper. I like a lot of his verses.
Yeah, and I know that you're a fan of Frank Ocean. What's your favorite track by him?
One of the first songs I ever heard of Frank Ocean's was Songs for Women. And when I looked on YouTube, it had, I want to say, 500 views. And it's just crazy to me to see Frank Ocean go from that 500 view mark to millions and millions and be a household name. And I feel like I'm one of the first people who was really out there supporting my man and just really passing, you know, his stuff around. So, yeah, that's like one of my favorite songs from him.
For sure. So now, do you have another single that you're going to put out? Because I know that you got a movie that you're just shooting right now that's coming out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we actually finished shooting it already. It's called Badasses, and, you know, that's coming out next year. So that's going to be really cool. It's my first action flick. And, yeah, man, I got a chance to play a very different role than Victoria.
How would you say tell us about your character, as a matter of fact. I wasn't going to say compare, but just kind of tell us about your role with this film.
Well, this new film, I play a small-time drug dealer and also an assistant at a boxing rink. And, you know, I'm just over there just chilling out, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, I get to do a lot of crazy stuff. They had me driving some pretty awesome cars and just going crazy. So it was fun.
Wow. So how is it to, you know, do something like a little bit different that you haven't done before with acting? How's that feeling always for you?
Well, every project's always something different. I learn something new for every project I do, whether it's a movie, a Broadway play, even a voiceover job or something. I mean, it's just they always have you doing something different. So this one was, no different than any other project. It was just something that I had to apply my mind to and just come to set with the positive energy and just knock it out. I really had a great time, working on it though. I learned a lot from Danny Trejo. He's done just a million movies and he's just a true vet, and he was passing down some gems to me.
Definitely.
Danny Glover as well. Yeah.
That's what's up. So now you've got the movie coming out. You got the mixtape. Do you have an idea of like slightly when we can expect like the new single from the mixtape and for it to come out?
Well, we're talking plan and strategy this weekend and next week, but the whole tape will be out January 1st.
Oh wow!
So it's a very quick turnaround, but I just think people need this music ASAP, and it's a sound that I think needs to be heard right now. And yeah, so I mean, we're coming out with it very quick, but when it comes to singles and stuff like that, we're talking about that now, just trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do that and where we're going to place everything.
That's what's up. I mean, damn, that is quick. Last night you just said you finished the mixing of it?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I was very confident within the tape. I mean, I've had it written for about a month now, and I've just been waiting for the day to record it, and we finally got everything done, last night. And just the response I've been getting so far, just within my inner circle of music and just people who I invited last night to come through, they all really, really love the project. So I'm excited to share it with y'all.
So for sure. I mean, you definitely have to come back on this show and when the mixtape comes out, so you can definitely get more in depth about it, and especially the album too.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, I think both are going to be very important, and I just think I have a lot to prove as a musician. I just don't want people to get confused and kind of put me in a box that I don't really fit in. I just want them to know, just to know who I am as a musician, and I think this tape will do that for people.
Definitely. Just do your thing and don't even worry about fitting in. Let you set your own trends and just go ahead and do it.
I mean, that's what it's about. That's truly what it's about.
Definitely. Well, Leon, thanks so much for this interview, man. It was great to finally chat with you and get you on the line and talk about these projects, because I was itching. I was hitting your people up. I was like, I need Leon on the show. When can we get him? But it was like you was filming, you was recording.
Yeah, I was always doing something, but, you finally found a really good pocket of time to get in and just figure this whole thing out. I really appreciate you reaching out to me as well, brother. Do you have a Twitter account or something?
Oh, I do. Yeah, definitely.
What is that?
So it's Mr. You want me to spell it out for you?
Yeah.
It's MR.
Mhm.
D, and then it's Rock. ROCK.
Yep.
SPAR.
There you go. All right, brother. I really appreciate everything you've done, and I really love this interview. Thanks a lot, man.
Not a problem. Thank you. And tell everybody where they can find you as far as like your Twitter, your Instagram, and where they can get the show, just in case they're a little slow.
Yeah, everything's surrounded around my name, so you can find me on Twitter at Leon Thomas, and then you can find me on Instagram at Leon Thomas as well. And then if you want to check out some of my other music, you can also go on LeonThomas.com and just get acquainted with some of my stuff.
Sure, man. And definitely, like I said, keep in touch, follow back, and anytime you just hit me up. You're always welcome.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
All right, no problem. Take care.
All right, man. You have a good one. All right, peace.
You too. Later.